Good morning, everybody. I hope all is well. Don't know about everybody else, but I am very hot, but it's not sunny. I didn't get to see the eclipse because it was cloudy. But I suppose it's not raining right now, so I'm happy. Okay, let's start. Today I'm going to go through sick leave in HRLocker, how to manage it, how kind of various ideas on what to do about it, and kind of from like an admin point of view, how to set up an office, and then maybe from a manager point of view on how to manage that after employees have booked their sick leave. So within HRLocker comes with the default sick leave. All employees are able to book sick leave straight away. Okay. But what you can also do is create custom sick leaves. So, and you can name them SSP, unpaid, certified, all these wonderful things. You can have leave it as a default sick leave, or you can have one custom sick leave or 100, whichever is your company policy. I'll go through kind of like who is allowed to change those. And then what I'm actually decided to go through as well is the Bradford Factor. Now I know that some companies don't use Bradford Factor, some do. It automatically calculates in HRLocker for you in a report form. So we do have a number of sick leave reports, but some people don't know we have the Bradford Factor. So I thought I'd go through that as well. Okay, so I go over here. We'll start at the dashboard. Okay, this is HRLocker dashboard. And if we go into settings and if we go into offices, and I'm just going to use my demo office. Okay, when you click here, we have your time off settings. Now within time off settings is all your leave types. So over here, I've got annual leave, birthday, deduct leave, parental leave, all these wonderful things. What I've also got is I've got a number of sick leaves, okay? And how we do that is over here, we can add new. I want to designate it as a sick leave. And what that automatically does is it makes it a private leave. And what that means is that when employees book sick leave, it doesn't show as sick leave. It automatically on the who's off calendar is just leave, okay? Now, depending on your settings in your office, we can make it not populate the timesheet, okay? So if you have that setting enabled where if you're on leave, the hours from your timesheet automatically go into your time on. What we can do is say maybe for unpaid sick leave, we can say that actually we don't want that to populate the timesheet. We want to leave it blank. Okay. Over here, I have said that managers and admins can manage the sick leave. Okay. Now, if you don't want that, we can have just admins, and maybe only admins are allowed to change sick leave types, or maybe only admins are allowed to book these sick leave types on behalf of the employee. But if you're happy for managers to do that as well, well, then we leave it as managers. Okay. If you do have payroll enabled at your company, what we can also do is you can link it to certain things. So if I have to say this is unauthorized, okay? So I can write that this is unauthorized sick leave. Okay. And on a payroll report, if we've got that set up, or if it's something that you want to look into, you just give me a shout as usual. And I can link that to my payroll report. And every time somebody has unauthorized sick leave, it'll come into my payroll report as actually unauthorized sick leave. Okay. So I'm going to just submit that. Now, when I scroll down here into my sick leaves, I now have various amounts of sick leave. So this comes standard. And then what I've done is I've got unpaid sick leave, I've got paid sick leave that is certified, I've got SSP, I've got unpaid sick leave, which is uncertified, and I've got unauthorized sick leave. So those are sick leave types for my company that I've decided, okay? And where do these show? So if I just go back to the time off here, and I'm actually just going to use Amanda, I think. No, I'm going to use Andrew. Okay, this is Andrew. Okay. Now, when Andrew logs in as an employee, when he wants to book sick leave, so this is record sick leave, it gets automatically, there's no submit status, it goes straight in, okay? So if Andrew wants to record sick leave, the only option that he has is this sick leave. Okay, so he can book sick leave. He can attach a cert. Okay, and that's great. We want them to have a cert. And that's good. I'm not going to book it because he has a lot of sick leave right now, which I'm using him as test. So he can attach a cert, that's fine. And we're like, okay, that's fantastic. Andrew has booked sick leave. Now, what do we do from there? And this is where managers and admins can manage the sick leave within HRLocker. So when it's default sick leave, it just comes in as it is a sick leave. Andrew has booked sick leave, he is off. And I can see here that he doesn't have a cert. Now he has one for kind of July, which is great. You can download the cert. For this one here, he has booked off 10 days. He has 10 days sick leave. But he's actually sent me a cert. And I want to add that cert. Maybe I want to split out the sick leave. Maybe I want to make a paid sick leave, some unpaid sick leave. And this is how we do it. So this is my sick leave. And I'm going to edit it over here. Okay. And there's a number of options here. As a manager, I can just say that this entire thing is paid sick leave. And I'm not going to do anything else. I'm going to choose a file. I'm going to upload a file. Okay. And that's just going to come over here and I'm going to upload a file on that. So that would mean it was certified. But I have another option as well. And that is, so he's taken 10 days, but actually company policy wise, I'm going to pay him for 3 of those days through SSP. And maybe I'm going to pay him for 4 of those days of either unpaid or maybe it's company policy to pay them, either way. But what we can do is this. I want to split the leave into 2 records and I'm going to do it by date. Okay, now you can do it by number of days, but we'll go by date. So the start date is the 6th of the 7th. And that I'm actually going to make into SSP. And it is paid. Okay. And the next sick leave recording, I'm going to say that it's, sorry, I've got this in the way. Okay. So we start on the 6th of the 7th over here. I'm going to pay him SSP to here. So my next record date, I'm going to say is the next day. Okay. Is it paid? It's not. And this one is going to be, actually, let's go with it is paid sick leave, but it's certified. Okay. I can upload my certs. Here's my end date, and I'm going to submit that. It'll give you a little checkbox, okay? So over here, I have, it's now SSP from the 6th to the 10th. There's 5 days. It's going to be 5 paid. I'm actually going to say working days of 5 from the 11th to 8th, paid sick leave. I'm actually leave that blank because for my company, I'm actually just tracking SSP days, okay? I'm going to confirm it. And what that will do now is when I look in my sick leave logs, that is now being split out. Okay, so now I have SSP. It's my 5 days paid over here. Perfect stuff. And paid sick leave over here. And what's really handy about this view as well is if I click into the logs over here, sick leave, and I go up here, I click all leave types. Okay, so I've clicked my sick leave log, all leave types, and this will actually show me my sick leave. There's 2 sick days that are the default ones, so I'm going to have to change those maybe. They're over here. I can see that there's paid sick leave certified, which is 6, and there's my SSP. So what's really handy now, if I go back over here and I just go like this, it won't include my sick leave over here. This one with my all leave types will show me this time off and roster requests. But as soon as I click sick leave logs, it'll show me my sick leave in this lovely graph, and you can just track the sick days over here. So what do we do afterwards? There's a number of things. As Andrew's manager, I can record sick leave on his behalf and I will have the full drop down. I can upload certs on his behalf. So we don't always have to edit the sick leave. Maybe as a company policy, actually managers are the ones that put the sick leave in. So as a manager or an admin, depending on your setting, you'll have these here. You can do the dates and you can upload their own certs. You can leave a note. But if it's company policy that the employee puts it in, how I've just shown you there is you can edit. So after all this, what do we do? How do we track sick leave in HRLocker? In reports, and there's your time off reports. There are a number of ways here. So I'm just going to select demo office here because that's where my information is. If I download all leave, it is all leave in the company. It includes every single type of leave. It includes annual leave, parental leave, maternity leave, whichever leave types that you have and somebody is booked, it will give you a breakdown of those. Obviously, annual leave is only annual leave. Here is download sick leave. Now I'm going to click it, but it is going to email me, okay? And there it is. But what the one I was actually going to show you, because to be honest, this is just a breakdown of leave. It's very, very useful. It's nice and editable, and you can filter that, which is fantastic. What I actually would like to show you is actually the Bradford Factor. I'll actually show you sick leave notes as well. There's the Bradford Factor over there, also sick leave notes here. And I've selected demo office, and what it'll actually show is the certs for everybody. So Andrew Test, he has a sick note. He's got a cert, and that's how you download those. All right, we go back here. So if I had to actually select all offices and do sick notes here, it'll show me everybody's for that year that I've selected. So I selected 2026. Obviously, you can go back 2025, 2024, and each time you can download the note. All right. But let's go to Bradford Factor. Now, some companies love Bradford Factor and some don't. And generally, it's just up to you on whether you like it or not, or if it's something that your company uses. I find the Bradford Factor quite interesting. Okay, so over here, it's Bradford Factor. You saw me do Andrew Test. Okay, and here is my other person is Amanda Holiday, and this is how we're going to look at the Bradford Factor. Now, if you noticed, I'm just going to bring up my PowerPoint again. Okay, so over here is the Bradford Factor. The Bradford Factor is a very, very specific formula. So we've got S times T. S is the number of absences. So it is not if an employee is booking single days, so they have maybe a sick leave, one instance, like one day, but 7 times, okay? Compared to someone who has one sick leave absence for 7 days. The person with the number of separate absences is going to score higher. And so that's something to really take into account. But this is just very, very simply kind of like a way to look at your sick leave, the employees who are taking sick leave, and rate them, okay? And maybe it's just a flag to see on which ones you need to take an eye on. So we've got low, medium, high, and critical is over 400, okay? So now if I go back to that report, I'm good. So here's Amanda over here, and I'm just going to increase the size so we have a nice view. Also, I'm a little bit blind. Okay. So what it includes is their employee ID, this is their office, department, their job title, sometimes they're in a team, are they full-time permanent, are they contracted, okay, so that's their employment type and their start date, all these wonderful things. And this one here is the number of sick leaves days taken. And this is why I just use these two as an example. So Amanda has taken 14 days and Andrew has taken 13. However, Amanda has taken 10 separate instances of sick leave. So she's booked separately 10 times, whereas Andrew has only booked 4, okay? And so what happens is the Bradford Factor score, so she's got a score of 1,400 and Andrew has a score of 208, okay? And why that's important, okay? So Andrew is on the high scale, Amanda is critical. And if I go back to HRLocker over here, I'll just show you Amanda. Again, she's my test employee. So here's Amanda over here. And if I go, again, I'm going to click all leaves and I'm going to click my sick leave log. She has 14 sick days. Perfect. I'm going to go and look down here. And what's been happening is that they're all valid. That's absolutely fine. But she books them quite often like this compared to Andrew. And this is just the Bradford Factor. Again, sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't. Compared to Andrew, who has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instances, okay? So that's where the Bradford Factor can come into play is that it isn't about how many days somebody is taking, it's the amount of time it's booked. And again, sometimes companies like it, sometimes they don't. It's up to you. But what I am aware of is that some people actually don't know we have that report that calculates automatically. All right. Now, the other thing as well is that if you do use a different formula, so we don't have it, but what I genuinely can do is if you give me a shout, I can probably help you with that formula um, and kind of figure out what you're actually looking for to calculate sick leave. All right. Now, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to stop sharing here for a second, and I'm just going to go and get that email just for the other report. I have lost it because I have too many emails. Okay. Of course, that's going to happen as soon as I want to show you something. It is not on my screen where I want it to be. Well, I'll show you another time. But it basically gives you a breakdown of every single leave. All right. So from that report, if you want to make a calculation, if you tell me what that is, what I can do is actually just look at the kind of the download all sick leave report, kind of give you maybe tips or tricks, or even maybe like build your HTML or something like that, where it'll give you Excel formulas where it'll calculate what you're looking for rather than you try and do it yourself. Like I'm very, very happy to do it. Again, I'm aware that some people don't like the Bradford Factor, and that's the report we have. Now, I'm also going to point out that we do not change the Bradford Factor. If we had to change that formula, it would not be called the Bradford Factor anymore. And so I'll just point that out. So I think I've covered everything there. So we're going to do a quick run through again. So in offices, in your time off, that's where you set up all your sick leaves. Okay, so this is over here. And then once that's done, you go into your time off and your lovely drop down list is there. So over here, I have different ones. I literally have done sick leave paid, sick leave unpaid, and they're sick. So it is genuinely up to your company policy. And I'm going to point this out one again, but I'm going to use Andrew again, just because again, some people don't know this. We have a lovely report for it. If you click all leave types over here and your sick leave log, it will break that down into exactly what you're looking for. All right. Now, that's my Friday done. If you do have any questions, if you need any help, if you need to look at reports, or if you're questioning anything on the setup, drop a line straight into support@hrlocker.com or just send me an email. Either one, I'm happy with either. But other than that, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I'm hoping that it stays nice and hot, but that the humidity goes down. I'm just going to see. Yes, sorry, I just have a question there. Absolutely. So this recording is sent out. I am very, very aware that on Fridays, not everybody wants to sit down and listen to me talk. So as soon as you register for one of my webinars, the recording gets sent straight out to you. All right. So take a watch and then basically come back to me with any questions. All right. Guys, that's me done for the day. I hope everyone had found out something useful, and we'll talk to you in a couple of weeks. Thank you.